Southwestern Ukraine, dozens have been killed in a large fire connected with the unrest there. The numbers have varied, but local police tell the Associated Press that more than 30 people are dead after the local trades union house was set ablaze. It began in the midst of a standoff between Ukrainian government supporters and anti-Kiev activists. Today was marked by violence between those anti-Kiev protesters and the Ukrainian military. In fact, at least 3 Ukrainian troops and 2 anti-Kiev fighters were killed after the government launched a military assault on the eastern city of Slavyansk, which is held by anti-government protesters. RT's Paula Slayer reports.
The word on the street is that the Ukrainian army is preparing another advance come tonight, Friday. It has people here in the town terrified. They think this is going to happen. And as a result, you have checkpoints like the one where I'm standing at every exit and entrance of this town. But not only there, as you travel around inside, just about every road now ends in a roadblock. Now, sometimes they're manned, sometimes they just have tractors like this one. Sometimes they have trees that have been cut down just to close off that road. People have been coming forward as human shields. I've been talking to a number of women who say they want to be there and use their bodies to defend their city that they love and to stop Ukrainian tanks from advancing forward. There has also been a call for residents inside the town to remain inside their homes. Now, there have been alarms sounding throughout the day Friday. Most of the roads in the city centre are quiet. Shops have closed down. There are some people moving about, but by and large, most people are sitting in their homes watching news develop on their television screens. This is a city that is in lockdown. The city has been completely surrounded by the Ukrainian army, and it started with an assault at around 5 o'clock local time Friday morning. There were 2 helicopters that were shot down. The casualty count on the Ukrainian side is 2 pilots dead. 1 pilot is currently being treated in a hospital not far from where I'm standing, and 7 Ukrainian soldiers have been injured. The count on the anti-Kiev protester side is also 2 people dead, and we're hearing that a number have also been injured. I was talking earlier to one of the commanders. He says that given that they are so ill-equipped compared to the ammunition that is at the disposal of the Ukrainian army, it's a surprise that the casualty count isn't that much higher. Now, Russia is demanding that Kiev stop this operation. It says it will and needs to be held responsible for what has happened here on Friday, and that this operation is going to see the country divided. That is something that we are hearing people say, that now there's no way back, and that essentially the road forward is only a split Ukraine. It's not only in Slavyansk that we've been focusing our attention. In the city of Odessa, thousands of people took to the streets, both pro and anti-Kiev. There were stones being thrown. There was violence. We are hearing reports of injuries. We've been told that more than 10 people have been injured. The right sector was among those crowds. They were shouting things like "hang the Jews." So worrying developments coming out of Odessa. And on the topic of the right sector, we are hearing reports that the right sector is inside Slavyansk as well. So it certainly does seem as if the right sector is operating. They were seen jumping out of a helicopter with uniforms that were right sector uniforms. They were heavily armed, and they have people here terrified. Russian companies are now being banned to fly to Donetsk and Kharkov. That is the latest news that we are receiving. That ban, of course, being imposed by the Ukrainian government. At the same time, the attack on Slavyansk on Friday is, as I said earlier, now setting the scene for further violence and for a country that is going to be divided. Russia is also calling on the United Nations Security Council to convene as soon as possible to deal with the situation. So as Friday night approaches here in eastern Ukraine, people very tense, people very frightened, the situation seemingly about to escalate. Paula Slayer, RT, Slavyansk, eastern Ukraine.